In our daily devotionals this week, we have been led to consider what it means to live connected to Jesus and to abide in Him. Jesus has called us to have an intimate relationship with Him. It is a relationship that will produce good fruit, and one that may require some good pruning and getting rid of some things that prevent us from going deeper into Christ. You know, I want a life like that. I want my whole life to be like that. I want to be connected to Jesus and abide in Him. But the question today is, how do I do this? How do I stay connected to Jesus Christ? There's so much around me every day that wants to separate me from Him. How do I remain closely coupled with Christ? Well, when I look at what Jesus said about that, it really is not complicated. Jesus summarized it in just one thing. In John 6, Jesus announced, "Those who eat my flesh and drink my blood live in me, and I in them." John 6:56. Well, that clears it up, doesn't it? Or maybe your reaction is the same as those who originally heard Jesus say these words. What is this that Jesus is talking about? Eat His flesh? Drink His blood? That's crazy talk. This is a hard teaching. Who can accept it? But as is so often with the things of God, those who try to listen with merely human ears often miss the point. We must listen with spiritual ears, listening carefully for the Spirit's guidance and truth. What Jesus told them is, if you remain in me, if you want to remain in me, if you want to live in me, you must participate fully in my life. He said it other ways in other places. If you love me, you'll obey my commandments. Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. You need to get rid of anything that wants to take my place in your life, whether that be possessions or jobs or relationships or whatever. Then you can follow me and share in my life. A person cannot serve two masters. Several years later, the Apostle John emphasized this same thing when he said, "Whoever claims to live in Him must live as Jesus did." 1 John 2:6. Like I said, it's not complicated. Do you want to stay connected to Jesus? Live as Jesus did and participate in His life. That means getting rid of all the compartments and departments we use to divide up the different parts of our lives and bring them all into living the life of Jesus at every time, at every place, and in every way. No, it's not complicated, but that doesn't mean that it's always easy. After Jesus said those words in John 6, many who had been following Him turned away and followed no further. Remaining connected to Jesus doesn't just happen. It's a daily decision to draw near to Him and to participate in His life. The good news? We're not alone in doing this. God has given us His Spirit so that as we keep in step with Him, the qualities of Jesus' life are produced in our lives. So when you got up this morning, what was on your mind? Were you thinking about all the chores or tasks or goals or worries of your day? Or did you give a moment to think about how you can participate in the life of Jesus today through whatever it is you had planned or scheduled? Staying connected doesn't just happen. It happens each and every day as I see myself hand in hand with my Savior, my Redeemer, and my Lord, living my life as a reflection of His.